are live on Truth Serum. My name is Matthew McGinnis, and I have the lovely Kristi Tripp in the house. Hey.
Hey. I am so honored to be here.
Well, I mean,
It's a dream come true.
this is the only I'm doing this because of you. I mean, I am doing this because you helped me get there. So we're going to talk about a lot today. We're going to try to keep it between the lines, but we're going to cover a lot of stuff. But we're going to mainly start with how Kristi and I met. And once we talk about that and talk a little bit about Kristi's background, how do you think? I mean, not the whole background. I mean, we can get into it, but there's a lot of good things. And, you know, this woman is amazing. Like, she's the reason. I never knew, and I don't even know how to say it.
How the spiritual world, how our soul, we need to have a journey with our souls. You know, we're so in work and family and money and materialistic and who has what that we forgot we had a soul.
Yes. I did not know that. I never knew what that meant. Like, I didn't know what people said, said the word soul, right? I didn't even know what that truly meant. Not until about a year ago, less than a year ago.
Because it's an inside teacher. The soul is your inside teacher. And if you're always being taught from outside, how would you have ever known?
Yeah, that's true.
You have to go on a journey to meet your soul.
And I mean, that journey, and it could be anything, because the way we started, we didn't start with plant medicine or anything like that. We started straight up just, to be honest, I don't even know how we started, but I just know that when it started, it didn't stop because I loved the way I felt.
So I like to say I work with people who are ready to be masters of themselves. I don't want to work with people who want to play or pretend, or I want the real people that are ready. And when you showed up, you were ready. And I was ready. It was game time.
I'm going to tell you, man, he didn't want me to say his name on the podcast, so I won't say his name. So when he introduced us, and I can scratch that out. That's okay. That's what's the beautiful thing about doing your own podcast is that you can scratch it out. So when he introduced us, this was late February of 2025. And I think we met.
And how did he introduce us? Because how do you explain what I do? What was his get you to me?
So great question. So he went down his little journey, right?
Yeah.
And I won't go into his stuff until a later date, but until he's ready, he was telling me about it, and he told me he finally met somebody that is in the Charlotte area that was working with him, and that she was amazing, like really helping him and then also helping others like within his family. And I mean, he already knew how much I've been through in the past. And he said, you just have to meet Kristi.
Yeah.
And then just one group text later, fast forward 10 months. It's been unbelievable.
And can I say what happened when we met?
So let's talk about it. So I want everybody to know this. And this is, again, you've helped me get to be 100% vulnerable, 100% to live my authentic self. Just like you said, his soul's the teacher, and you taught me that. But like when I came into your doors, so we set up, I got the group text, you saw it, here it comes. And I don't think gave you any background about me. So there was nothing. You knew nothing about when I came into your office. You prefer it that way.
Because that's authentic. And then I get to meet that in the moment and not have somebody else's story about you to me.
That's right.
Because I'm going to see your soul and then the fragments that are missing. And you are really particular, my friend.
Oh, my gosh. So I walked in. This is downtown Charlotte at the time of your office. Mm-hmm. I'm in the lobby right there. I walked down the steps, nice little sitting area. You were finishing up the client. I got there literally, I think it was 45 minutes early.
Yes.
Because I was really anticipating this. And I didn't even know what I was getting into.
That's so many people come in my office and they're like, I don't know why I'm here, but I'm here. And then when they leave, they're like, I'm a different person. And then they just keep coming back. I don't know why I'm coming back. And then eventually we get somewhere, right?
It's the energy, right? I mean, so when you saw me, you come down the hall. There's a long hallway, just to give everybody an idea. It's a beautiful.
It felt like a long hallway, huh?
Long hallway. Like, she's walking for days. And I'm sitting here. I'm like, all right,
what am
Man,
I?
she is just this bright light. As you can see, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see the light as she's sitting here. Looks beautiful, and I love her. Amanda, great work on the crown.
My partner made this out of her yard.
Oh, man.
He blessed me with wisdom.
That's beautiful. I love it. I love the whole. It's beautiful. And then, so she, I see nothing but light, and I didn't even know what that meant at the time, but it just felt different meeting Kristi. And then, but I don't think she's. Then you met me. Then what? Tell me what you thought. Like, so when this is your first kind of would you agree? This is your first assessment when you meet people. Like, do you feel like? I'm sure you tap in, but like when you meet them, tell me how that goes.
At a place that I feel and see things that are not seen and felt by many people. And so that's normal for me. My senses are extremely activated. I have what they call the 5 clairs. So clair, I can hear spirit, I can see spirit, I can feel spirit. So this is just how, and believe it or not, anyone can do this. You just have to actually be willing to do the journey within. And we have so much magic inside of ourselves. If you are operating at a place of the world's ways, and you need to be 5'6" as a woman and have blonde hair and blue eyes and a perfect body and have the perfect husband and the perfect car and the perfect 2 kids, that's not reality.
That's not reality. We figured that out. So that's a beautiful thing. Like, I mean, something, and then you're coming in with that power that we all can possess, like she just said, and you saw it.
You can't follow.
There's no perfect.
You can't follow.
That makes sense.
False reality. So if you're being led and you're being told who you are, who you're supposed to be, and the people that have the hardest times are the ones that are really good at being that. If you can fit in that box and your life seems to be working, then a lot of times you're not going to look any deeper. So as soon as real life hits you and that false facade crumbles, that's when the work starts.
That's right.
And there's only one way out, through and in, period. So I'm kind of a weird person because I'm awake, not woke, I'm awake.
Big difference.
There's a big difference. And being awake means I actually feel, I actually see, I actually hear, because I'm in a different frequency.
Yeah.
I have found my own soul, which everyone's soul is connected to God. Whatever name you want to give that, it's a.
That's right.
I like to call it love, because to me, God is love.
I love it.
Without love in anything, you have nothing. So love, if you have love with laughter, it's joy.
Yeah.
If you have laughter without love, it's mean. It's love has to be in the ingredient of everything. So my goal is to be inside myself and be real with myself at every moment, and then try to create beauty wherever I go. That's
so tough and that's perfectly said. That's perfectly said, because I mean, none of us know that.
So when I met you, Matt, in this tall, dark, handsome man walking down the hall, I saw this person, and I saw with my eyes, Matt, to be honest, you had completely stepped out of your soul. And so when I looked at you, I saw the real man and the false man, and they were side by side. And I have never seen it that clearly before. So I immediately had to address it. And you were shocked. And I don't even know that you had realized, but your path, what got you completely out of your body, is one of the things many, many people do, and that is please others. So we've been taught that as a little kid. We've been conditioned that pleasing others is good. But you were so out of your path that you were not even remotely in that soul. And I was just like, okay, this. I usually see fragments. You know, somebody has, one trauma and there's a fragment. Somebody has, and then you have souls that like to float above you. And then, but you had like created an entire being.
Yeah.
Of people pleasing, of what the world told you were.
That's right.
So I had to figure out how to, it was a big job. Okay.
It was a lot of
big
work.
job.
Just for the record, it's been a lot of work, and that's something that like people are afraid to do.
Yeah.
Like you said before you even got started in this.
Yes.
You said you have to do the work.
You have to do the work. There's not, you can't just come to see me one time and magically, and you can't go to the forest with a plant medicine practitioner or to Peru or anything else one time and it's magic. You have to be committed to loving yourself. You have to be committed to want to know who you are. I didn't know I was going to be this girl that wants to do this work and that has a flower crown and wants to play in my backyard with my friend Amanda and do ceremonies with people.
With fire?
With fire. I had no idea that this is who I was going to be.
I don't know. Well, we're all glad, especially my circle is extremely glad that you are that girl that does that work. I'm going to tell you right now, it changed my life. And it, like I said earlier, I had no idea.
Yeah.
You're the first person that was, Carmen was real to me,
Yes.
right? But she didn't know she didn't know how bad it was. Like what I was, she just knew that I was just.
You were absent.
I was absent and I was fucking up. And
You were absent. You were absent. And then that
That's right.
absent, it took you down different journeys to try to feel it because you were like an empty thing that was existing to please others. So it was just.
That's right.
It was really, really hard.
It was a lot from every aspect. I'm talking about work, family, and just all relationships.
Yes.
I mean,
because how could you have had a real relationship with anybody if you weren't in you weren't in yourself.
That's right.
You were completely false.
It's
you.
And it doesn't, hearing that a year ago, I would have been probably triggered or like, oh no, I'm not, nothing wrong with me. I'm fine. Or if it was anyone else. But for some reason, that moment, that day, you telling me and the way you told me and then talking with me, I knew it was the truth.
Yeah.
And I was like, I got to own it.
Well, I'm sitting here looking at these two versions of you, and the real version is like the most amazing thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, why aren't you being this? It just didn't make sense.
Yeah.
And I was just determined as long as you were going to show up, we were going to do it.
Yeah.
And you were ready, but you didn't know you were ready, but you were ready.
I felt so like, I was at that point when I came into you, I was officially separated about 6 months and I was living in an apartment, kids separated. I mean, it was definitely the path of a divorce. And then we started doing the work. Our sessions were supposed to be 90 minutes. And then, there's times when I was in there for 3 hours and I didn't even know. They were like, but when I came out of it, it was like, I was feeling it all over my body. It was unbelievable. Like the energy and the way I felt.
Because you were feeling yourself.
Well, you told me.
You were feeling yourself instead of the version of you that other people wanted.
See, that's unbelievable. And that's what I've seen the work you've done in everybody. Well, I've firsthand been a part of it, but I've seen the work you've done in other people and it's beautiful. And that's why I'm so glad we get a chance today to even talk about it. Like to be vulnerable. You're the one that said, Matt, you got to do a podcast.
You have to. You have to you were such devoted to being this person, to care for everybody else. You were so devoted. If you could have turned that in just a tiny bit for yourself, what you were giving away and leaking all your energy, and that's why it was so depleting for you, because it wasn't exhausting. Where you wanted to put it.
That's right. It was exhausting.
And then on the side note, you have this amazing wife and these two amazing children, and you couldn't even be there. No.
I couldn't be there for anybody.
No. You had given it all away.
Yeah.
At the price of yourself. And you didn't have any good role models. I'm being honest.
And listen, you can be honest because
this is the truth, people.
This is the truth. There's a reason we're calling this thing Truth Serum. Mom was, she had a tough road, and then my dad losing his mom at 16, it was a lot of trauma that the two of them had that brought up to me and my brother, which then, you know where that went down. The issues I had, Tyler being raised, he was bipolar. And then I've always, as a kid, I always was either I always want to stay busy. I'm probably, and you already know this, but like if I stay busy, then I can't sit in my own thoughts. Yes. I can't sit and be quiet. Yes. I've never known what sitting in the quiet meant until I met you.
I know. That's the hardest. The hardest clients that visit me are the ones that they're like trying to nail Jell-O to a tree. And if you can't get, because they're running from themselves.
Yes.
and they're in their heads and they're in a thought loop. It's literally, for me, it's so painful to see somebody looping around and around. And the hardest ones are when they start when you're really young, when you don't even know that something traumatic happened to you. So we all have trauma.
Oh yeah,
we all have trauma.
We all have trauma. We all wear these book bags of trauma.
Yes, but the idea is to just like, okay, I had one of my teachers call them orphans. Every one of your trauma is like a little orphan. So when that orphan leaves your soul, it's a little fragment. It's like you got to collect the orphan. You got to go back and you got to figure out where they're at. Did that happen at 2? Did it happen at 5? You had a big one in puberty.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
That's correct.
Because you didn't feel as confident about yourself.
No, I didn't.
And that's a big one, and all these young kids.
That's what I'm saying.
There is no birthrights anymore as far as rites of passage of puberty and honoring. We're so confused.
Yeah.
We have all these hormones and all the food. I mean, I could go on and on.
Oh,
and on.
no, yeah.
We
You're
gotta
right.
clean it up, people. We gotta clean it up for our own selves. If each person wants to take accountability and I like thinking about like this. If I can be Wonder Woman, why would I? Why not?
Yeah, you should be Wonder Woman.
We all can be Wonder Woman and Superman. We all have superpowers. We just got to get real. We got to get telling the truth to ourselves. We got to be.
Right.
It's
Amen.
And we can't do what we're doing anymore. I mean, it just doesn't work. We're so sick of fake. Every single one of us. We just can't take it.
I know we're all. It's wild, man. Everything we walk around and see it.
Yes.
It's so blatant now how fake everything is. But that's the thing is we have so much compassion for people. Because we weren't meant to be raised by screens and look at TVs and phones all the time. We're supposed to be together, working together. Like
Mother Earth is screaming at us.
Yeah. My God.
She's like, I'm here to assist, and I am the real deal, people. Let me help you. Not like fake lab meat.
Dude.
And, I mean, the earth wants to share.
Yeah.
It's all about unity. And if we start having a relationship with ourselves, guess what? The divide in America isn't as bad, because all the division is all about individuals not being unified inside. It has nothing to do with what people are blaming it on. That's just an outside energy force that reminds you of the shit you got going on inside. So as soon as we get really real, and I stop people and say, okay, we can't talk about this, we can't talk about that, because well, we can talk about it, and we will, but we're not going to blame it outside of ourselves. We have no power.
That's right.
We have no power in blame. Truth is power.
That's right. And that's where I found is when I started being true to myself.
Yes.
And it took a while. It didn't happen overnight.
Oh, you were pretty quick.
You had
a team. You had me. I know. You have Carmen, and you have Lola.
I know. Yeah.
And you got these strong women in your life. They're saying, Dad.
Well, those what I was going to get at is these first few sessions that we had. I tried to break up the things that does not serve me, and Kristy said, you gotta get real. It doesn't serve you anymore. Stop doing it. And it took me a while, and I say a while. I say a few months.
It honestly was not as much as.
That is right.
To be honest
as other
with
people
you,
probably.
Because I have clients that we come back and we just have the same problem over and over, and I just get it's a loop, and I can't be in a toxic loop. You were like you'd make some movements and have a little bit of backslide, but make some movements. But you were kind of doing it more like that, and I mean you had support forcing you. And
that's one thing is I didn't lie to you.
No, you can't.
So that's exactly I can't.
You can't.
It's
and you know what? You're safe.
That's right. And I feel safe.
Every soul is safe with me.
Say that again.
Every soul is safe with me.
Isn't that a beautiful thing?
Yes.
People don't understand. They don't understand what that truly means, man. But like when someone walks into your presence, you feel safe.
Yes.
Mel, Amanda.
Yes.
Like y'all, you feel safe. And it's just, you are definitely the center of this whole big wheel. And it just the last 10 months changed my life. And
knowing you has changed my life.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that so much.
And your family. And I had to fight for all of them.
That's right.
Because you have such a beautiful, real story. Yeah. I can't let you be in the fake one.
I know. No.
It's like.
I didn't like that guy. I never have. And I didn't realize how bad I did it. I just didn't know.
Right.
All these other guys, there's other men out there and women that we work with everybody.
So the ones that have educated me the most, I've had the privilege of working with a lot of professional athletes.
Yeah.
And they have opportunities that not every man has.
That's right.
And let's just say it's like a buffet.
That's right.
And at
Probably
first,
because their financial situation, and also because, they're
celebrity
very,
and
women are attracted to them.
And you know what? I mean,
Or men.
and they haven't had those opportunities necessary before. As soon as you, unfortunately, and this program has got to stop.
Yeah.
You do not have to have a rich husband.
No. That's
Because
the thing.
richness is more like when my husband drives me places because I can't turn my neck. Or my husband.
That's right.
That's real richness.
That's rich.
He grocery shops for me. He does my laundry. That is richness. Okay?
Yeah. You are a queen.
I'm seriously.
And he treats you as a queen.
I'm feeling it.
And I learned from watching Bill the way he treats Kristy. And Bill is Kristy's husband. And I got a chance to spend time with him. And I get a chance to see what it's really like to treat a woman. And it's nice to see because, that chivalry is not dead. It's not. And
there's other men that our buddy James.
Yes.
Yeah, I hope he comes and does a podcast with you because James is one of those lights for me. He comes and fills my cup up ever since I met him, and he is such a good example of being a man that has integrity, wants to be a good husband and good father. And let me tell you, talk about queen. His wife is the queen. His children are amazing. I mean, it's just, what are you willing to put the work in? First, you got to fix yourself.
That's right.
And then what do you want to see happen in your life? What is important?
Would you say you have to love yourself first?
Absolutely.
A lot of us.
You have to be willing to try to love yourself.
How hard is that?
It's hard.
That was my hardest. I never, no one's ever.
Hard.
You're the first person that's told me that I should love myself. Like the first person in my life. Like me and Karma didn't know it. Me as a child didn't know it. My parents didn't know it. Everyone else doesn't know it. You saying that, and I've said it on the first podcast, like I want people, like not just men and women to know, you can love yourself and you can tell yourself. You got that privilege. Like you said, your soul.
Circling back around to those professional athletes that I've gotten close to, especially during COVID, I was working on these guys 3 times a week and they weren't having any social activity because they were in lockdown. And I got to get to be really close, and I'm still close to some of these guys, and I love to see them. And so we got very, when you're rubbing, I'm a massage therapist as well. And when I'm rubbing on somebody's body, I can feel their vibration. I can feel them. Then you're emerging a little bit of your energies. It's just part of it. And so you get to know them. They knew my safety. They could feel it in me. Yeah. And so they open up. And as somebody in that level in the world, it's not always easy for them. It's not, because they don't know who they can trust. So they have to find it.
They don't let their guard down.
They can't.
Well, I guess, as soon as you get butt naked and get on the table, it's kind of, you are a little bit vulnerable.
This chick can see you clearly. But one of the things that I learned, because I don't judge and you are safe. And one of the guys, I just kept saying to him, two of them, and they're both still in my life and I love them dearly. One of them, I just kept saying, you need to receive love. You need a woman. And he was, I'm not, okay. And I would try to look for somebody for him and stuff. He was like, no, thank you. And, then when he got serious and he was actually ready to bring a woman was when his football career ended. And so now they're married and they are the most perfect couple. Wow. So I'm just so happy about that.
Awesome.
And he is like you and how I see you, just somebody who is such a strong man in all the right ways.
Yeah, when we're ready to be, and then because that's what I feel so empowered.
Yes, that's it. An empowered man that's honest. And so, I cannot use his name, and I would never do that. No. But I just remember him saying to me, I'm ready. And he's at the point he got ready to really find love. It was like looking at his life like he did his football career. Like he's done everything he's done. He's just an overachiever for himself when he gets driven. And I just remember him saying to me after he met his wife, he said to me, or his fiance at the time, he said, Kristy, I had no idea that this type of love could exist. And I wish I would have never dated anybody else.
I know. That's unbelievable.
And I mean, the kind of power that two people that love themselves coming together can have is a whole nother level.
That's right.
If you can't get there, you will have an empty relationship. You will have karmic relationship. You will have, unless you are willing to do the work for yourself, you will have struggles in a marriage and you will pass them on to your children. This is energy. This is how our divine blueprint works inside.
Right.
And this comes from lots and lots of studies and lots of studying. I mean, of how all the ancient texts are written. We don't have this information accessible to us in America. It is not part of our culture. We have home, we have work. How good are you? How much money do you have? What kind of car do you drive? Where did you go on vacation?
Status.
Where it just keeps going on and on and on. And we have to start bridging the gap, because that same divide, and that there's no place for spirit, there's no place for heart. How can we come together if we have differences? If we don't come together inside? There is a middle road. It's the right road.
I agree. And just, none of us, I think that today, when people watch this or this conversation we're having, I think that they'll be able to see, they'll have a lot of questions, but they'll definitely see that there's an option. So there's always been just, all right, go see a therapist, like a counselor, go see, and they'll pump you full of antidepressants. Because when I came to you, I was on the highest dosages of 2 different antidepressants. And I spent 22 years in therapy talking about this, just looping, talking about the same trauma.
You know what's so cool, though, is if we actually understand our divine being, we have places we can touch on our body that give you pain medicine, that give you vitamins, that give you, if you push right here, it helps with anxiety. I mean, there's so much wisdom. We are perfect. We are made perfect.
Yeah.
If we understand it.
That's right. Like,
it's not outside of here, but it is a lot of, it's a lot to learn. It's a lot to learn.
Well, there's a lot of things, we don't realize is that I started incorporating in my diet. Magnesium.
Yes, magnesium.
Wow.
Yes, because unfortunately our food is over processed with the earth, and they're not turning it and doing things we're not working with the earth. We're working to make money. Yeah. And then the energy in that food is being consumed. And then that is creating injury. I mean, it's all energy. So what do you want to line yourself up with? I want to line myself up with love.
Yes.
I want to line myself up with my truth.
That's right.
Because anything else is going to get me looping.
That's right. And then doing the wrong things. Yeah, I'll tell you, magnesium, I'm not a spokesperson for magnesium or anything, but I'm just saying, like, it's the best thing I've ever incorporated in my life outside of this. And
magnesium is grounding, and earth, which brings you down.
If you had to describe, I'm not in the titles. But when you tell people, like, I'm Kristi Tripp, that's what's so tough. It's hard once you dive into the background. It's like, I'm Kristi Tripp.
I'll tell you who I am. I'm determined to help anyone I can.
I love that.
That is at my life force energy. That's at the base of it. And then whatever I can find, I'll find. I
mean, I straight up call you an energy dealer. You're
That's
amazing.
Great. I love that.
I'm sorry,
love that.
You are straight up like just a ball of energy. You feel it. I mean, I feel it. I mean, I felt it on the ride, like her coming driving down. I felt it since this morning when we started texting.
When I first got into energy work, I remember a chiropractor that used to come to me, and he'd have to sit in his car for like 15 to 30 minutes in the driveway of my house after our sessions. Just to okay, what just happened to me?
No, seriously.
And I didn't feel guilty.
Well, I mean, I don't want to talk about a single session that we've had this early on, but like, there's a particular couple sessions that we've had.
Yeah.
And we've never done the medicine together, right?
No.
And we just did work. You just did like work. And it was,
it's like the medicine.
It is. It was like the medicine that one
medicine.
day. You are your own medicine.
That's it. We all are.
Yeah, you are amazing. And then that's like, you told me, and I was like, I got such bad back pain. Well, that's stuck energy. And you're full of shit. So like
literally
our first session, I get a chance to talk to Kristy, and she's like, man, you're full of shit. You're going to have to meet this older gentleman by the name Paul. And I never got a chance to catch up with Paul, but, to do a colonic. And like, I've never heard of the word colonic, never heard of the energy work, never heard of loving yourself, never heard of colonic, never heard of magnesium, but I'm fucking in. I'm down.
Because you never had anybody call you out. You're full of shit.
Also, the fifth thing, never had anybody call me out. So that one, this is the first, and then everything else came rolling like a snowball down the hill. It got momentum, and here we are. It's like that changed my life.
Sometimes I think it's just people just don't know what they to come back because they're like, "What just happened to me?"
Oh yeah,
I'll go back and try that again. Is that going to happen again?
Shit, that's the truth. Like the whole energy. I'm sitting out in the car out, from Moorhead. Like I don't even know who to call.
I don't know what to think.
I'm just like. Now I know why Kristy hands out giant bottles of Fiji water when you leave. Because, you are just...
The other one I do to people is if they're in fear a lot or anxiety a lot. And I get into that and release that. They will pee for days. They'll go to the bathroom and they'll come back 10 minutes later and go, "What did you do?"
Let's talk about that. Like
that's where the body holds fear. It's through our kidneys, and that's also where the body holds power. So you choose. You choose.
Talk about that. So that's what I was getting at, and all these things. Like my lower back was hurting, and you were like, "Oh, that's stuck energy," and you were like, "I don't think it's your back. I think it's your hip."
And the hip represents our secrets. And on the masculine side, which is where yours was, is secrets of a stuck masculine energy. And it doesn't have to be yours. It could be up to 7 generations. We carry 7 generations with us. So what we do, we pass on.
Wow.
And
7 generations.
And you will notice in families that usually you'll have one kind of loop. Like it could be like sexual dysfunction or abuse, or it can be addiction, or it can be money issues. But there's usually a common thread getting passed down. People pleasing, which you and I both, that's one that I'm very familiar with. That comes from parents that had alcoholics, so an alcoholic child.
Yeah, that's, everybody liked to drink, and my parents they didn't drink a lot, but it was my grandparents and others, and it was just a thing. Like I think a lot of people
that was suppressing.
Yeah, I think a lot of people did that to suppress when
especially
that was made.
Men, because where do men have a place to talk?
We don't.
That's
the bar.
what we need. We need you.
Yeah.
Because men were taught hold it in, and don't talk about it.
That's right.
I'm done with that dynamic. We need to fire. We need to get around it, and we need to be real. So we need support, especially right now in the world with the current astrology going on. We are in some crazy times.
We're in some good times coming, right?
But we have the only way the good times are going to happen is if people start listening that know about energy and know about loving yourself. Because if you stay out of yourself, what's coming with the crazy divide is not worth. You'll just be constantly slammed against rocks. You've got to find yourself. You got to find your anchor. You got to find yourself.
I tell you, I was on a road to disaster when I came into your office, and then to look back at it.
But you weren't on a road to disaster, because next to you was this perfect species of warrior, masculine, divine love. Yeah. It was so confusing because this was standing there, but what you felt so lost is what the world told you to be.
That's right.
Man, you tried.
I know.
You really did. And it just didn't serve you. You just can't do it. No, but it's exhausting.
I told you about the first episode I did. A high school friend reached out, and I don't know if I sent you that screenshot, but he reached out and said, I wanted, it's crazy. I just listened to your first podcast. That was unbelievable of what you said, because on the outside looking in, man, I wanted to be you. It looked like you had your shit together. Perfect wife, well, I did, but I just didn't honor her. Perfect kids, perfect social circle, work, all this stuff.
I'll be telling you right now, if you can fit that checklist, you're in the most danger.
Yeah, agreed.
Because that means you have done what you did. You literally totally mastered what somebody else told you to do.
Correct.
Good job. Now it's time.
Move on.
We did it.
That's right.
I did it too.
Right.
I had my version of that too.
Yeah.
And then my world collapsed.
That's right.
And then all the things that world supported would not work.
That's right.
I started with going to the library and read every single book I could find about any religion. And then I started recognizing there was a pattern in them.
Yeah.
And then that just kept leading places.
And that's the inside, the soul, right? Soul. The soul. Mm-hmm. So it all comes back to the soul.
Exactly. Because that's the part of you that's God.
What's the expression? We're a soul having a human experience.
Yes.
What people say, you know,
They say spirit, but yeah,
or
soul.
spirit.
We are more, yes, that's the best way to look at it, is that right there. I don't want to be a human having a soul experience.
You know,
I want to have a soul having a human experience.
I was a good, worked for a company when I started in industrial construction, and the person that owned that company, who was, you know, almost a billionaire, maybe a billionaire, he got sick and then died like in 3 days. You can't die with it. So we're in this world. We come in the world, nothing. We leave the world with nothing, like
and
what we have.
And the more you follow your soul, but this is work. This does not happen just because you decide to do it. There is guidelines.
Oh, I got a friend right now. She won't even take the call because she's worried, and I get it. And I'm telling her that she has that power. Get out of your head.
You got to take the first step.
Take the fucking call. And then I'm not saying any names, but somebody I haven't talked to in a very long time reached out to me. I haven't talked to this person in 26 years. And I told her, you need to reach out. Have that call. I started her. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm hoping that she does, because a lot of issues happen. And then there's a lot of stuff. Like you said earlier, we all have our own bag of shit.
We all have our magic tools too.
That's the fuck I'm talking about.
It's true.
You do, like you said.
You only have the bag of shit if you're not living your authentic self. You have the box of magic if you are.
Boom.
Yes.
Mind blown.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I didn't know I was this person because I thought I was somebody else.
I got chills. That is a phenomenal experience. I'm just glad this is recorded because I can pull out Kristyisms. You know, we need a little book of Kristyisms.
I never know what I say from moment to moment.
Well, you know why? Because you got the
connection to myself.
That's right.
And my higher self and my lower self.
There might be some of the things that we're talking about today that, like, you may have questions on. And then, like, you know, on this conversation, please, and the contact information will be in there. All the text, chats, emails, just let us know and we can dive in further. And I'll put the definitions in for a couple things that we talked about. You know.
What teachers always told me when I started studying one of my lineages is let it wash over you. Spirituality cannot be understood in the brain. The brain is wired to follow the false matrix.
To follow the heart? Like,
no, the brain does not. No, the brain is only repeating what you've been told. You're stuck in your head and only thinking and not feeling and not listening. If you're just thinking.
All those negative thoughts, all those false rules, false lies that you think are like I could say, like, I might have a negative connotation about, like, the way you feel about me, and it's not true. Like,
it's totally not true.
Like, you know, I'm just giving an example. That person loves you, and then it's like I'm in my head. Oh man, Kristy can't stand me. She doesn't want to talk to me. You know what I'm saying? People do that.
I know.
I did that.
I know.
I mean, you got to get out of your own head.
The head is a dangerous place. The head is where we retain information and where people tell us things about us to make themselves feel better. And then you believe it. When you're over there having your own little happy dance, like you think, I mean, there is this child that's on Facebook that dances that is just showing his joy. It is so much fun to watch him being authentic, and people put him down. And luckily, he's got parents that just see the beauty in him, and it doesn't touch him, and it's so amazing to watch. And but the problem is the people that feel the need to put things down, they haven't done the work, and that's what breaks my heart. If they would do the work, there would be no need to put anybody else down, because they would be living their own little happy dance and having flowers on their head, flowers, and hanging out with you today. I mean, this is living.
So
talk about what I love to talk about.
I tell you, man, you are passionate and you are amazing at what you do. And I see it, like I said earlier, in other people. I've never seen it in my life. And I can't wait to meet James and Tiffany and the other people. But, like, it's just, I'm hoping.
You're just like me, just a different flavor, just a different way.
Yeah.
But they're as turned on, lit up, ready. And when you get that way, when you really do the work and you really fall in love with yourself and accept yourself and laugh at yourself and know your flaws, all the things, then you accept others. You know,
I never talked about plant medicine and stuff before because, you know, everything gets a negative connotation about it too, you know, even that. But, like, I didn't, and that's the next episode or 10 episodes down the road. But I'm going to get at, like, the fact that, like, you got me to the point.
Yeah.
And I was damn near,
You were spinning a little
I didn't
bit.
need it. No, you said, yeah, I did need it, but it was amazing. It was great that we did it. But then people don't understand, like,
You needed the breakthrough.
that's right. That's it. That's exactly it. I needed the breakthrough.
And if
'Cause
I can't get you there.
you got me to here, man.
But then you had to have the breakthrough.
That's
And that's
right.
where the plants have the wisdom. I mean, humans can only take you so far. We need to be working with earth. We need to be eating the food. We need to be sitting in the grass. We need to be wearing your flowers. Flowers are medicine. Did you happen to know flowers all have a different purpose to help you emotionally?
I didn't know that.
If you understand what flowers have medicine. Every living thing has medicine. I am a medicine. I am medicine. Just my story makes me my medicine. Your story is your medicine. That's why all the trauma that you've had and all the mistakes that you made, and I mean, you did a good job. You were really, really good living that life. That's so much medicine to turn it around. Sometimes you got to make it fun. Sometimes the pain is so bad, you got to laughter.
Yeah.
We got to laugh at our
We have to in our
sometimes.
stories. And, you know, like, I don't, and that's the thing is, like, I bet you regret your past. I don't.
No, you can't. You have to make peace with it.
I did. And
If
that's,
you regret it, you're just keeping running from it,
Thank
and
you.
then you're just judging everybody else that's doing what you used to do. It's just, I'm sorry, people, but we are not that original.
that needed to be said.
We are not that original. There are patterns, there are thought forms, there are energies, and people are in a pattern. If you're not, the only way you're original is if you are real.
Yeah.
Period. Simple.
Period.
I can see through all that
Yeah.
because it's just patterns.
Yeah.
This turns into that.
Yeah.
You
You can
know?
tell, you know, you can feel it when you're talking to somebody too. You can feel it.
hear it. You can feel it. You can see it. It's all the senses.
Yeah. Walks like a
You
duck.
can know it.
Yeah. Your gut. Talks
So
like
it's
a duck.
getting a relationship with all those body parts and how to treat them, how to honor them.
See?
It's a relationship and a love story with yourself. That is what your life is. Your
That's-
life is a love story to yourself. You have this opportunity to be a human on earth at this time.
Yeah.
What you gonna write?
It's beautiful.
Are you gonna write crap? You're gonna write beauty.
Right. Beauty.
That's what I
Amen.
want to try for. I
Amen.
mean, sometimes I fail.
I don't know that.
And that's
But
okay,
we all do.
too.
Yeah. We all, yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm like, I admit, I just failed. What can I do?
I
How
agree.
can I get this? It's all about frequency. And you know, one person can be doing this and this is, it can be somebody's most precious thing that's good for them is horrible for you. Some people could live on pizza and
Yeah.
it's right for them.
Right. I got it. Yeah. Yeah. The
But
one there.
it's about being real enough to go inside. We do not all have to be the same. That is the definition of failure,
Amen.
people.
Amen.
We're failing.
Yeah. We are. Be your true self.
Yes.
You know, be your.
And people do not have to like me. That is totally
yeah.
okay.
I agree.
I have to like me. But if I do that, then I've won.
Amen.
My
Like,
story works for me.
that's right. Well said. Well said. Like, it's the truth.